one of the things I use for my older kids is something called Asana. There's another program called Trello. I think it's Trello, that also does something similar. So I take their weekly assignments and instead of, printing it out, or instead of writing it in the little spiral notebooks where I write my younger kids' work for them to do for the day, I use Asana and Trello. They're apps. You can also use them on a computer. And I really like that because it allows me to not necessarily be over them all the time, but they can go in every day and it'll have, here's your assignments for the day. And then when they do a narration, they can add it to whatever the assignment was. So you can attach documents. So if they typed a narration, they can do that. You can attach pictures. So they might snap a picture of a written narration or a chemistry diagram or something like that on their phone, and then add that to Asana. And then if they voice record on their phone, they can also add that to Asana. So it links everything in there for me. So to me, that helps me kind of archive and keep track of everything. Like, okay, did they do a written narration in history at some point this week? I can go back on Asana and see, oh yeah, they did. So having that really helps me. It's what I use to help make the projects that I'm using for A Gentle Feast. So once I started using that a couple years ago, I was like, this is amazing. And got my daughters hooked on it from doing their assignments. And then my daughter, who's a junior at the homeschool club that she goes to, she's the junior class president. And so she has to organize all these committees, like the prom committee and the media committee and the newspaper and whatever. So she has them all on Asana now. It cracks me up. Like, she made these like video tutorials on how to use the program, and got all the kids like, okay, this is how the prom. It's really neat. It's a great thing. So you can see like if things are in progress or if they're done. And I think just giving them those technology tools in today's day and age is super helpful. Something like that for older kids, or even if you just have a phone and you voice record it. I don't know how to archive that kind of stuff on a phone without some kind of app. I don't save all of their narrations. So they're what they pick as their final narration for the week that they type up and edit, I save that in their portfolio, just like I do for the little kids with their little watercolor narrations that I wrote for them, right? So it's the same concept all the way through, but it's just their final narrations that they proofread and typed up that go into that notebook. But as terms of like the oral ones, I won't save those after the year's over, usually for my older kids. I just save their typed up little samples. And then for exams, that's another thing that I save that I put into that folder or whatever. So for my younger kids, were they doing all oral narrations for their exams? And I have 3 of them who are still all doing mostly oral exams. That can be a lot to write down. So rather than get carpal tunnel, what I do is I record them saying their narration. And of course, they think it's super fun, especially my daughter, who had the headphones and the microphone today. I think she was doing a podcast because she thinks she's doing a YouTube channel telling me all about, Queen Elizabeth or whatever it is that she's telling me. And then I can just save those videos. So I'll video record their oral narrations, and then I don't type them out. I just save them onto a folder on my computer. And, if I had to show them to somebody, like in South Carolina, we're supposed to keep portfolios. Well, I mean, we have to keep portfolios, but nobody actually looks at the portfolios. Like, my daughter graduated from college. I'm like, do you want any of this stuff? Because, not college, high school. Like, I got portfolios for every year of your life. And, we don't actually, but some states you have to actually have a teacher come in or somebody and look through everything, right? But having those videos, you can just show them the videos rather than having to type everything out.